Yes, people, you know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another video. Shout out to everyone tuning in, man. Shout out to everyone showing love and support. And yeah, man, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have we reached 15K yet? I'm about to have a look right now. We have reached 15K. Big up everyone involved. Listen, I appreciate every single one of you, man. Finally here, 15K. You guys made me happy, man. This is a nice milestone. 15,000 subscribers. That means I just filled up a stadium full of 15,000 people. That's how you need to think, you know. For people that have started YouTube and think, I don't have many subscribers. And no, you do. If you have 500 subscribers, that means you can fill up a room with 500 people. So big up everyone, man. Oh, listen, this has made me happy, honestly. 15K, honestly, we've reached it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a poll on Instagram, or actually I'm going to post like a questions thingy on my story, and you guys can ask me anything. And let's say on Friday, I'm going to release that video Friday evening. I don't think there's any Premier League football on, because I know sometimes they put some of the games on Friday, but yeah, the video will be released on Friday evening. And yeah, so make sure you head over to my Instagram right now. The question tab is open, and I'm going to make sure I post it every single day, and I'll screenshot your pictures. Sorry, I'll screenshot your questions and then I'll post it. Sorry, I'm not going to post it. I'm going to keep them on my phone, and then I'll reply to every single one of them. So this could be football related. This could be non-football related. Anything you want to know about Aaron Chikaya, me talking to you guys can ask me questions. So yeah. Head over to my Instagram right now and you can send in your question. So yeah, big up, 15K. Damn, who would have thought that? Anyway, I want to bring you guys, I can't even talk properly, but anyway, I'm going to keep this one in. This is organic. I want to talk about what happened yesterday. Obviously, we filmed our match reaction outside the stadium with David and Tox. Shout out to Tox and David each and every time. And when I got home, obviously I was checking what was being said online and et cetera, et cetera. And Gary Neville said something very, very interesting. Actually, I'm not going to paraphrase it. I'm going to invite you guys to listen. So here's what Gary Neville said yesterday after the Manchester derby that ended 0-0 between United and City.
I don't think there was one player walked off that pitch at the end that was disappointed about drawing the game 0-0.
From either side?
From either side. I think they all sort of walked off thinking, we're okay here, and got away without making a mistake. I think that was the sort of type of game. It was really disappointing, and I apologise for my cold commentary, actually. I think I let it get to me. I was boring on there as well. That was drab as well. It honestly, just the whole game. There's part of me, I get what he's saying about it being that point in the season, about City United are in a difficult moment, but this robotic nature of not leaving our positions, of basically being micromanaged within an inch of our lives, of not having any freedom to take a risk to go and try and win a football match, is becoming an illness in the game. It's becoming a disease in the game. And I think ultimately, think about Pep Guardiola and his teams over the last 10 years, that's what his teams do. But we're seeing poor imitations of that across the board now. You know, United's goalkeeper rolling his foot on the ball and waiting for things to happen. That's not it. That's not what this club is. That's not what we do here. You know, Liverpool don't do that. You've got to be a top team with tempo in your play, rhythm in your play, get the ball moving, shift it quickly. But the game today really was quite depressing for me, because I think we're seeing a lot of these types of games. And the Premier League is about excitement, it's about thrill, it's about risk.
And of course, there was a lot of reaction online. A lot of people said what they had to say. And besides the people that I watch, of course, you know, some of them are my friends. A lot of people's reactions to what Gary Neville said kind of, I'm not going to say shocked me, but it kind of left me with a lot of questions. And one question in particular being, it took you guys this long to realize that the quality of the Premier League is actually very low? Like, It took you this long. It took Gary Neville to say what he said. And by the way, he's completely spot on. But it took Gary Neville to say what he said for you to realize what the actual level, or what the actual level of the Premier League is, technically speaking, and speaking about quality as well. And it's a bit sad, it's a bit sad that people are just waking up now. In my head, and I've been telling people this in private, in public, on videos, the quality of the Premier League has been at an all-time low for a number of years now. Since people, pundits, online, everyone in general in this country started to put more emphasis on the physical aspect of the game. How many times have we complained, or how many times have I complained watching football games and not being amazed and not being able to learn anything from the punditry that's being shown on television in the UK? And this is not a shot at anyone. I believe every single one of them is doing a good job, according to their own standards. But I just feel like that we're not talking about the art anymore. We're not talking about the skill anymore. So when people are releasing think pieces about, has football become boring? Of course it has. It's been boring for a number of years. But specifically about the Premier League, of course, because we're talking about the Manchester Derby, yes, this is the type of football that we see now. And people in this country have largely contributed, like I said, to football being the way it is now. The flair is being coached out of players. The arrogance sometimes is being coached out of players. And when I say arrogance, I mean in the way they play football, not the attitude. The ability to have innovation, to come up with new stuff and, be creative on the pitch. All of that is being taken out of players in the name of, I have a system, and if you don't fall into that system, I'm not going to play you. I have a system, and if you don't pass the ball 90 degrees to X player, you're not going to play and you're going to be on the bench. If you don't run 6 yards to the left and 5 yards to the right, and you do 7 yards to the left and 8 yards to the right, 8 yards to the right, you're not going to play, you're on the bench. Like, this is football nowadays. Unfortunately, that's what it is, And there's two aspects to it. One, everyone just wanted to copy Pep Guardiola when he came to the Premier League and started to play his system. Everyone wanted to copy it because at the time that was the most popular brand of football. But you mix that with the fact that in the UK already, there's not much emphasis on the actual skill that it takes to play football, the actual art that it takes to play football, because it is an art. Football is an art. Football is meant to be the best players in the world. Let me put it like this. The best players in the world make things look effortless. And this is like that in every sport. I always pick the example of basketball. I pick the example of tennis because there was a time where I used to watch a lot of tennis. For me, the GOAT in tennis is Roger Federer. When you see Roger Federer play, bro, he made things look so easy and effortless. And that's why we called him the best in the world at that time. Basketball. I haven't seen much of Jordan, but from what I can see in highlight reels and even some of the longer highlight reels and some of the stuff that I saw in his documentary and stuff, he made things look easy. But I don't know why, only in this country, we celebrate people that make things look tough, people that make things look hard, the tryhards, the people that work hard. For people to say that this is the best competition in the world, first of all, it's not. The Premier League is not the best competition in the world or the best league. It's the most entertaining league. Yes, I fully agree. But the best? Nah, I don't believe that. Because for far too long, and till this day actually, this country has been celebrating tryhards and people that work hard. And because it's so ingrained in the culture, unfortunately, it's never going to change. It's not like when you go to Spain or Italy, or that's where they celebrate the art, the beauty, the skill it takes to play football. That's where they celebrate it. But it's only in this country, man. Only in this country. So when I hear people say stuff like, oh, the Premier League has become, the quality of the Premier League has diminished and is decreased, and of course it has. It's been like that for years, but people only notice it now. The product of the Premier League in terms of quality is at an all-time low. If I was a footballer right now, thinking about my career, wanting to play the best brand of football, I'm not coming to the Premier League, man. I'd rather go to Spain and play for even like a Real Betis, because I know that's where football is being cherished. That's where football is being cherished. So when I see certain players, even English players at this point, being better abroad than they are in the Premier League, or than they would be in the Premier League, I'm not surprised. I am fully happy. I am so happy that Jude Bellingham has not come to the Premier League after being at Dortmund. He's gone to Real Madrid, where football is being cherished. The art of football, the skill it takes to play football, is being celebrated. It's being celebrated. Do you know what I mean? So when I look at the state of football in general, I'm not surprised, because everything has become so robotic, and it's so ironic, because for anyone that remembers, or for anyone that's old enough to remember the Nike advert, the animated Nike football advert that they released just before the World Cup in 2014 in Brazil, that advert is exactly what's happening today. That's exactly what's happening today. Football has become robotic. Football has become boring. Football has become predictable. Yes, football have to have rules. Football has to have rules, but there's too many of them. There's too many rules. When you score a goal, you can't celebrate because you've got to wait for VAR. You can't take off your shirt. You can't jump into the crowd, even though emotions are high sometimes. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't. Like, it's becoming too controlled, man. And that's exactly, if you haven't watched the advert, please, I invite you to go watch it. It's a brilliant advert and a brilliant representation of what football is today. And it's so ironic that they released it in 2014, and 11 years later, that's the state of football. So ironic. So ironic, man. So, yeah, man, I'm not surprised at all. And that's the state of football. But you're probably going to ask me, why do you still watch football, Aaron? Because I love the game. I genuinely love the game. And thank God we still have good leagues, quality leagues like Serie A, quality leagues like La Liga, quality leagues like Primeira Liga, the Portuguese league. And people are going to listen to this and laugh. Oh, the Portuguese league. Yes, technically, they're on a different level than English teams. Why do you think English teams always get battered on the European stage? We take so much pride into gassing up the Premier League, or gassing up England sometimes, even though I don't support England. But then when we get to the world stage, when we get to the European stage, bro, we're met with people that play football way better than us. And then we go, how is this possible? But we have the best league in the world. Well, clearly we don't. Clearly we don't. Clearly we do not. I mean, you just have to look at England, Spain, Euros final last year. England, Italy, Euros final 2021. England in every single World Cup that you can possibly think of in the past. Best football in the world? Best league in the world? Don't think so. Don't think so. In terms of marketing, oh, listen, absolutely 100 points out of 100 points. Premier League marketing is fantastical. But the quality, nah, I don't think so. Nope. So yeah, man, that's my 2 pence on this one. I just wanted to give my opinion, and to answer your question, football, yes, has become boring. But I'm not surprised, because that's just the state of football. It's been like that for years. And has the quality declined in the Premier League? Absolutely. Because again, I'm not surprised. This is the way football is going now. We're praising tryhards and we're praising people that work hard. Something about working hard, yeah. You know, back in the day, working hard was actually a basic requirement to become a professional footballer. Working hard used to be a basic necessity to become a professional footballer. Nowadays, working hard. No, let me say it otherwise. Let me rephrase this. Nowadays, people have turned hard work from a basic necessity into a skill. You go watch a game right now, yeah, whether it's a youth game, first team, any league in the football pyramid. You go watch a game, yeah, and you ask people, oh, who's this player? So and so. What's his best attribute? Oh, he works hard. It's become a skill now. Hard work has become a skill, and that's all you hear on TV now. That's all you hear when people describe a player. Oh, he works hard. And when a player comes to the Premier League, or when he's being linked with a club in the Premier League and people don't want him, what's the thing they always say? He doesn't work hard enough off the ball. Since when has that become a skill? Hard work. It's a basic necessity to become a pro anyway. And this is how football is being looked at nowadays. But at the same time, I always say, the footballing gods never lie. The footballing gods never allow that type of nonsense to happen, because guess what? All these players with extreme physical attributes tend to have shorter careers, or tend to, have huge declines, rather than the players that have this good feet, technical ability, IQ. They have long careers. They have long careers, bro. And this is not a shot at anyone, again, but to me, those are facts. So, yeah, man, let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. Do you think football is boring as a whole? Do you think the quality in the Premier League has declined? If so, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. If you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in 15K reached. And remember to head over to my Instagram account. Every single day, I'll be posting, the question thing. You guys can put in your questions, and this can be anything, football, life, anything. And I'll be responding with the video to that, the Q&A, 15K Q&A video out on Friday night. Anyway, people, I appreciate your support. I appreciate the love, the comments, the likes, the shares. I'm trying to be consistent, man. I'd like to say I've been consistent for about a year now, but we're back in it now. And yeah, on to bigger and better things, man. This is what we do. Anyway, people, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.